Oh, righty. Good morning. Hey, Katie, how are you?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
Good. Doing great. Always doing great on Fridays. Love it.
Yes.
Um, so introductions really quick. I'm Chris Whelan with WSI Digital Win. I'm in the Opportunity Unlimited BNI chapter here in Louisville. I hold the digital marketing seat, and I get to talk with Katie Hutchinson this morning, owner of KHIT Consulting, who just recently joined Opportunity Unlimited, a BNI chapter. And so get to find out what your experience is and get to learn about you, your company, and what you do. So welcome.
Thank you.
And you are, so was it, what, 2 months ago, a month ago, you just joined the chapter?
Um, I feel like it was November,
Okay.
but I don't time and
Time flies.
space is like I don't even know how many months ago that was.
That's right. I think once we passed the 220, 221 barrier too, that we may have lost sense of some of the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
how's your new year going?
It's going really well. It started off, I actually took a vacation where I didn't open my laptop, which I haven't done in years. And it was both amazing and when I came back to all those emails, slightly stressful, but it's been a great year so far.
Right, good. Yeah, same here. I think everybody's ready to move on and
Mhm.
get healthy and get active and get back to work.
Mhm.
Right. So Opportunity Unlimited, this chapter. Can you remind me? Were you in a BNI before this one, or is this your for? Or was this your first?
This was my first. I was invited by Graham, and he's the KIT's attorney, and I think he really just invited me, to have a guest. But when I visited, and I know I told the leadership team this, the amount of just powerful women and the way that they interacted with everybody and the way everyone interacted with them is really what caught my eye about this BNI, and I knew I belonged there, and I signed up right away. And Graham was like, "Oh, I didn't, know you'd be that interested." So
Yeah. Well, I hadn't personally thought about it from the woman's perspective, but thinking about that and what you would see from the women in our chapter, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
it is. I visited others that, a lot of men in higher positions, and there are some women, but there's just such a great balance at Opportunities Unlimited, and the women that are there are just very confident, and um, it's really nice.
And they have a great sense of humor.
They
You
do.
know, there's meetings are a lot of fun.
They
So
are. They
just
are.
dynamic and yeah, charged. I give Rob a lot of credit or all the credit, for
Yeah.
keeping them running that way.
Yeah, they're really
Um,
sweet.
I failed in my introduction to say that KIT Consulting is an IT consulting firm. So let me just clarify that really quick. So the format of this interview is three questions. And so the first question is kind of along the lines of BNI and your expectations, since you are new to BNI and this chapter, what did you expect what did you want going into it? And how has that measured up to reality in these few months that you've been in BNI already?
I'm not sure what I expected. And it is a time commitment, but it is 100% worth it. The connection, that was what I wanted out of it was connections, talking to other business owners, other people who, are in business with others or work for other people. And I wanted those connections. I wanted to learn from people who have experiences that are different than mine. And what BNI has done for KIT, it is more than just leads. It's more than just referrals. It's what I didn't realize my business needed from all of you guys. Um, you know, WSI Digital Win, what you guys can do for KIT, what Rob's doing for us, what others in the group have done for KIT is just made us stronger. And we've got great referrals. We've been able to branch out to other places. And I've made some friends, some people that are just really, fun to hang out with. Um, and so it definitely surpassed any expectations I had, and the time commitment is 100% worth it.
My experiences met yours exactly in terms of what I expected and what I actually got. Um, and very thankful that you came on as an IT firm, so selfishly, one, because, we're going to talk about using some of your IT services for my agency. And then also, we are really ramping up the B2B elements in this chapter. It started off real estate and a lot of real estate and home based types of services, which is similar for a lot of BNI chapters.
Right.
But now we've got IT consulting, we have commercial banking, we have security now. So commercial insurance, group insurance. So really ramping up it kind of happened since I've been in a year. It kind of happened where people started telling me, oh, you've got a really strong B2B element. And it just
Yeah.
gradually developed.
It's good for business, for your business, just knowing to have a robust business, right? You don't want
Right.
to be, have this, oh, I can do it all on my own and I don't need anybody else. There's strong people. Ask for help, ask for guidance from people who are experts in their fields, and RBNI has a lot of experts.
It certainly does. So about KIT and about you, and I would boil this question down to how do you uniquely serve your clients? So in IT consultant, you get into exactly what types of consulting you do, but unique. How do you consider yourselves unique as an IT consulting firm?
We're an IT consulting firm that is very we serve the entire business, the entire process, not just one thing, not just the beginning. We don't just get people started. I would say that we're unique because we are timely, efficient, and thorough. And I know lots of businesses be like, oh, we're timely and we're efficient, but I really think that that when we serve our clients, there's a level of support there that um, that you don't always get from other companies. IT project management and consulting could be anything from helping people move, to the cloud, especially with people moving. We've always been a remote business. I have even people who work for me that don't live in the tri-state area, that are out in Arizona, right. And helping people move to that, helping people be able to collaborate, helping with communication. Like I know we're IT, but what I like to think that we do is really give people back their time, make them better at what they do, make them more efficient. And using technology. Technology is just our tool. It's just our sword. We love to slay dragons. We love to, solve problems that maybe you wouldn't think about tech solving. And so I think that's what sets us apart.
Everything that I've experienced so far and talking with you and working with you a little bit has exactly been consistent with that. You don't, expect a lot of that, the IT move, you're speaking right. Only your IT language, but you seem to, be primarily interested in learning the language of the client and
yes, problem solving. That is definitely something that we pride ourselves on, is learning the language of the client, not pushing our language on, but also teaching digital literacy. It's, digital literacy is something that you either take for granted or you don't have. Like 3 dots, 3 lines. What does that mean?
Right.
It means more. It means menu, or an arrow up, an arrow down, an arrow, to the side. Those of us that know upload, download, share,
right.
We take that for granted, not realizing that that's a language that we've learned.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Good. You were really helpful in with a client that I had, desperately needed an IT, IT person, mm-hmm. IT guy, as they said, and I said, you need, a firm, an agency that's going to be there and know your system, know everything. And so one of the really reassuring things right up front was, I'd asked you, what will the what would the basic, fee be monthly? And the refreshing thing that you told me was, we'll do this evaluation. We'll get them what they need right now. We'll solve their immediate problems.
Mhm.
And we're not going to put them on a monthly fee. It'll be an as needed. So it really was a what they need, type of a certain, base, type of evaluation.
Yeah, and that particular company, there's a woman who works there who still reaches out to me if she needs trouble. And I mean, I text her back if I'm at dinner or whatever. We have people on the staff that work second and what would be third shift for people, and so we really, that's one of our being efficient, is being available.
Yeah. So third question is, what is your why? So when you get you up in the morning, get you motivated, get you excited, what are you passionate about? However you want to answer that. What's your why in life?
I want everyone to know where they are and not be comfortable staying there. I want everyone to know that they can do more, that they can be more, that there's always something you can get better at, that's something you can do better. My why is inspire. Our KIT's tag is inspire, engage, and innovate. And inspiring others, and not by being, this inspiration
Yeah, yeah.
to others, but actually inspiring them to look at themselves and say, okay, so these are the things I do. These are the things I like doing. These are the things I do well. What could I do better? What could I be better at? What could we do better? Could I do that would give me more time in the day? To do the things that, I love to do. What can I automate? What am I doing that I've always done and I don't need to do that way anymore?
Right.
If you're doing something, there's that quote, if you're doing something the way it's always been done, you're probably doing it wrong. And it was right at one time, but
Perfect. Yeah.
times change. And I just like, that's my big why is just inspiring people to grow and to learn. I love learning. It's my favorite thing.
I can tell you've got a great attitude, always smiling, always positive. So it looks like you're doing that job. And a little bit of agitation is involved there too, to just kind of challenge people.
It is. There's some people that don't want to grow, and I have to drag them kicking and screaming.
Lots of them.
But and that's the thing about, it's easy to teach the student that wants to learn.
Yeah.
But I've always, and it's funny because I actually came from education. I was a classroom teacher.
Okay.
Several years, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But I always liked working with the kids who needed me, not the kids who didn't need me. The
Yeah.
kids who don't need you are kids that would Google it and find out on their own, and they know education's important, but those kids who don't think it's important. And so now, it's just adults that maybe don't think it's important. I love to try to get them to see that learning is just what makes us different as mammals, and it's so important. And kids are watching. Some kid is watching you somewhere.
Yes. Critical. It really gets you as a parent, realizing everybody tells you that they learn by example.
Yes.
And you find out really quick how
Yes.
true that is. Yeah.
Because they will repeat everything.
Yeah. For better or for worse.
Yep.
That's right. That's all I had for the questions today. Anything that you wanted to add about KIT or about BNI? Anything?
I love BNI. If you're not in a chapter, if we have a seat open for you, find our chapter. If not, we can find you a chapter.
Yep.
It is, just commit to a year, and then I don't think you'll ever leave.
Well said. Yeah. All righty. I'm going to sign off. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another interview. And until then, I'll say have a great weekend. Katie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Chris.
I'll talk to you later. See you all later. Bye.